Hi, I'm Rebecca Brand, and I'm making one of my favorite midweek dinners. This dinner is so fast you can make it in 20 minutes for two or 10 minutes for one. It's all about the cooking time. It is a beef stir fry. It has vegetables in it, and you might have some different ones in your kitchen, but this is what I grabbed out of my fridge. I'm making a really easy sauce with some hoisin and soy sauce, and I'm putting it over rice. And that rice took longer than the main part of this recipe to make. So start your rice, and then let's make this recipe together. The ingredients for this dish is a hunk of beef. I got this tri-tip at my grocery store. It was on sale. Any kind of beef will do. I'm using a hoisin sauce that I got at a grocery store, and soy sauce. If you can't find it easily, there usually is an Asian section, and that's where I get mine. It also could be next to the soy sauce section. You'll need 2 cloves of garlic, some onion, not that whole thing. I had celery, that's gonna give it some crunch. I had a zucchini, I had a red pepper, and I had some mushrooms. And you're gonna need a sharp knife to get into that piece of beef. A company called Jilly sponsored this recipe, and it was the perfect one to use. Their incredibly sharp knife and their sharpener that comes as a set. So let's get started. I'm double checking my knife, it's super sharp. With a little swipe against that sharpener. So with that sharp edge, we're gonna cut a little hunk of that fat off. Maybe 2. If you have fat on your beef, we're gonna use that. So put a frying pan on your stove and turn it on high. And put that beef in to render the fat, because we're using that today. And because I want to get to the finish line fast, I'm adding more of that fat. It's just gonna be faster if there's more fat in there. So here we go. We can see the grain of the meat. It's like threads, and they're all going this way. And for a tender piece of beef, you need to slice against that grain. Wow, that was one quick, swift cut with this Jidley knife. And this is what it looks like on the inside. Now this piece I don't need. I'm gonna save that for another day or put it in my freezer. This is the piece I'm gonna cook today, and that's about a ½ pound of beef. I wanna slice the fat off the top and make little pieces. I'm holding my meat firmly with my hands, and with the knife, I'm cutting off that fat. And into the pot. You might need to turn it. It's rendering fast, so flip them over. And turn it down. And let's open the door. There's a lot of smoke going on. And slice your beef up thin. This professional chef knife set is made of German carbon stainless steel. This is an 8-inch kitchen knife with a wooden handle. Keep going on your cutting up routine. So take some plastic wrap and let's put the meat in it with a topper. And this is my favorite part of the recipe. Time to get your daily venting out on your meat. So give it a pound. That took me 20 seconds, but boy did that feel good. Voila. Now we're going to add a pinch of salt. Done. So push it aside. And that garlic comes next. Crushed garlic. I'm taking out that fat, all of it, and leaving the grease that rendered, and putting in the crushed garlic out of its little jacket. No jacket in the food. He's coming out. And give that garlic a swirl. And what's going to happen is that garlic is going to flavor all of that beef fat that you just made, homemade, by yourself, from scratch. This is one of the secrets of this recipe, is using what Mother Nature gave with the beef, the fat to cook it in. Because it's bubbling, I'm gonna leave this on low. I do not want my garlic to brown, because if it were to brown, it'll get bitter. No bitter garlic from me. Garlic and onions go together. But this onion's a beast. I only went about that much. And this is my cheat. I'm just gonna peel the part I'm using. It's so easy, it's so fast, and this outer skin is gonna keep this half fresher in my refrigerator. The blade on this Jidley knife is 1.8 inches wide. It's made from the highest grade of German carbon steel, and that's stainless steel. And it chops. It's so high quality, it'll keep its sharp edge. Okay. For any kind of cooking you do, you need a chef quality, excellent knife in your kitchen, because it makes the experience of cooking wonderful. The duller your knife is, the more you're apt to cut yourself. This Jidley knife came to my door in this beautiful box. I opened it up and I saw the knife with the tip on it and the sharpening rod, which is made of diamond stone. The blade is a corrosion-resistant blade, and it has an ergonomic design that makes it a joy to hold, and it has a rust-free performance for years to come. I love that Jiddly put this knife with the sharpening rod because you always need to sharpen your knives. Here I am sharpening that knife. It goes smooth and fast. It's a pleasure to sharpen. The box is so beautiful that you can use this for any occasion, for a gift or to store your knife. This professional knife set is guaranteed. They provide a full refund for a period of 30 days. It's designed for your 100% satisfaction. So that garlic is now soft and it has flavored all of that grease. So I'm going to take the garlic out and set it aside because that's the one thing I don't want to get browned in my recipe. Turn your stove on high and in go those onions. I've kept them in big pieces because that's just what's fun to have in a stir fry. Next goes the celery. I go all the way to the end. I'm okay with the leaves in it. Join the party. Let's chop our mushrooms. Roughly. In they go. And get them off the knife too. Let's give that a toss. Oh, it already smells great. And I add my vegetables in order of density. The zucchini is the next dense. And I like to cut things on an angle like that because it goes fast. And I want zucchini sticks. So keep going. Keep slicing that zucchini. Look at that. I'm using a whole zucchini today because it's so healthy and it tastes so delicious with the hoisin sauce. So toss them in, stir it around. Now look at all that animal fat from the beef is pretty much gone. It got absorbed with the mushrooms and the onions, but it's still there to coat the pan and to coat the food, but barely. It wasn't too much, and there was probably 3 tablespoons of that beef fat in there. My stove's still on high. That way we can get to the finish line fast. I love sweet red pepper in my stir fries. It's almost like it isn't a stir fry, or at least on the Asian front, without the sweet red pepper. Yum. And I love to chop rough. So that's it. In those peppers go, and stirred up. And once those peppers are in, you're only going to let them cook for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to add the beef last. And you can never prove how great a knife is without slicing a tomato. So let me show you. Look how thin that's slicing. It's like a razor. Oh, that looks great. See how that's so brown because I had it on high? Now, push everything off to the side. This is my cheat for one pot cooking. And inside all of these pieces of beef, you can cook the way you like it. Put the beef so the surface hits that pan. And that's because you want it to sear on one side. Make sure it's still on high. And now while that's going, I'm putting the bed of rice to go underneath the beef stir fry. Now I'm adding a little cilantro, and after 3 or 4 minutes, it's time for the flip. Oh yeah, I didn't assist by the fork. Beautiful. Now, I like my meat a little pink in the center, so I'm gonna call that done. I'm turning it off now. I'm adding 3 tablespoons of my packaged hoisin just in the bottle at the store. 1, 2, and 3. Oh my gosh, does that look good. And 1 teaspoon of soy sauce over the vegetables. Now the garlic goes on top. Look at that. Don't you just want to eat that out of the pan? Oh, it's ready, Freddy. Turn your stove off. It's time for dinner. Oh, look at that. A little vegetable and the beef. I want the one with all the garlic on it. This is definitely enough for 2. A little red pepper. Oh yeah. And that sauce. Get that sauce on it. Yum. A couple of tomatoes just for the fun of it. And maybe a little more rice for me. Oh yeah. I think that rice needs some sesame seeds too. And what about a drizzle of that hoisin? Oh yeah. Time to try it. Oh yeah. Look at that. But that was just a little too big for this mousie because I want to bite with all my favorites. Oh wow. That is so good and it was so easy. Yum. Click the link below and get your professional chef night set from Jiddly. You're gonna love it like I love mine. I'm Rebecca Brand. Subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to get notified of my next video. Please make a comment. Tell me what you want me to make next. And do you like beef stir fry? I hope you like this recipe. Thanks for watching. And now it's time for a union break. See you next time. If you like this recipe, I got some really fun ones over here that are just as delicious.